Welcome, everyone, to the Madden NFL 2003 double elimination tournament. Every team has a second chance if they lose a game. So here are the following matchups. Vikings and Patriots, Packers and Chargers, Cowboys and Browns, Eagles and Jaguars, Battle of the Bays, 49ers and Raiders, Panthers and Steelers, Texans and Broncos, Saints and Ravens. Up first, we'll have the Texans and Broncos. So everything really is matched towards Denver, but it doesn't help since in 2002 the Texans were an expansion team. Even in quarterbacks, Denver has the upper hand. It's going to be interesting for David Carr going up against that Denver D. So the uniforms today, Denver will be in their blue and whites this morning and early afternoon, and the Texans will be in their all white, their road whites, white and blue. Let's go out to Invesco Field at Mile High. Today, in fact, for you CU Buffs out there, those that are attending CU, you guys lost a hard-fought game, but it was quite an entertaining game to Air Force 30-23. Hey, at least you guys whooped the Rams and the Huskers. As we're live at Denver, Colorado, which the weather is 46 degrees right now. Wind barely coming out of the south area as the expansion Texans face the Denver Broncos. There's the Mike Shanahan talking to his lineman as we look at David Carr warming up. He will have to deal quite heavily with a very stacked Denver defense, mainly Delta O'Neal. Pass the ball in his neighborhood. It's most likely going to be returned airmail via those Denver Broncos. Let's go to the coin toss, or not. Denver has did win the toss, and they decided to receive as Brown, the punter, going to kick off this afternoon's game. Kicks it deep for number 81, Cole. Takes it to the 26 approximately as the the Broncos will take over, led by number 14, Brian Greasy, the heir apparent to John Elway. He's definitely an interesting time so far. Only one playoff appearance in 2000, which lost pretty handily to those Baltimore Ravens who would go on to win the Super Bowl that year. Greasy passing on first down, and he's going to fire for... I didn't even tell who that was, but it fell incomplete. So, 2nd and 10 from the 36. Greasy has got Terrell Davis in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And their tight end, Greasy pumping, fires for McCaffrey, but he drops it incomplete. This Texans defense, for being an expansion team, looks quite interesting to watch. See what they do here on responding to third down, since they got two backs in the field as Anderson goes in motion. Greasy drops again, and it's caught by Rod Smith at the 49-yard line of Houston. He's always been one of the more reliable receivers Denver has had in its history, especially dating back to beforehand in the Broncos' history. And even today, we still got guys like Jabbar Geff that have been dependable, like Eddie Royal, Brandon Stokely, and even today with Emmanuel Sanders, as that pass gets batted away, as he was already brought down by number 31. It'll be interesting to see what Greasy does on second down. So far, all the passes that have happened today have been, or plays that have happened, have been from the air. Greasy going downfield, fires for Rod Smith, who gets stopped at the 19. Brought down by a couple defenders. He looks, rolls to his right, and Rod Smith says, "Thank you." It definitely was a bit, kind of a big hit. You saw him get up slowly. Ball at the 19-yard line. They have Mike Anderson and Terrell Davis in the backfield. Shannon Sharp using some motion, going in motion, pitching to Terrell Davis. Stiff arm backwards, and he goes nowhere on the play. That was pretty interesting there. Second down and 10 from the 19. Anderson and Davis in the weak eye. Play clock at 16. Greasy drops back, looks, pumps, going for Terrell Davis, who jumps over a defender for the Broncos touchdown. What that was. This shows why you do not want to deal with Terrell Davis, even when he didn't matter if he's running or catching the ball. He is gonna make a defender mess at least. Berline is the place kicker, and the kick is good. Time to see what Houston can do in response, since they have the number 1 pick, David Carr. The quarterback, Elam kicks it off. And the returner trying to juke some buddies at the 40. And he got slammed pretty hard. It was Slade on the return. They're down at the 43. And interesting to see here. First and 10 from the 43 of Houston. David Carr pitching to the right, and that's a smart play by O'Neal. Second down and 10. Carr pitching again and trucks over Ian Gold for a couple yards. More like back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down and 7 from the 41. Carr drops back, steps, rolls to his right, gets hammered by McLaughlin, and converts on third down. The play. They're finally cracking Denver territory just a little bit here on first down. Play clock at 18. Carr drops, fires, caught, and he's at the 30, steps out of the tackle, and he's at the 20. Sorry, the 19. See number 85, he's getting brought down and fought over. Took Keyboard Kennedy a bit to bring him down. First and 10 from the 19. One man in the backfield. Carr to his back and stopped by Ian Gold that time. See, they're looking on. Houston talking things over. 2nd and 6. Looks like they're going to be going big, getting into their red zone defense for Denver as Houston sends its tight end in motion. As number 20, it's another stop there. Lionel Dalton was there on the stop right here on 3rd. Definitely going to mention see what Houston does. 3rd and 2. Backs from the eye. Carr, play action. Rolls to his right, and it is caught for the Houston Texans' first ever touchdown. Definitely early game score. Finally get those Texans. Many people didn't really expect the exhibition team to do much today against a very strong team in the Broncos. The kick is up, and it is good. Game tied 7-all. Time to see what Denver will do to respond. Brown to kick it off. And he sends it deep for Cole again. Sorry, Desmond. As he gets stopped at the 24. First and 10 from the 26. Here. Greasy trying to let people know he's at work. Setting up behind Nayland. Handoff, play fake, fires, and it's caught by Rod Smith for the first down. The first quarter is ended in Denver this morning. And we are tied 7-7. Broncos, Texans. Back in here at Broncos Stadium at Mile High. Both teams tied 7-all. Greasy with a first down to end the first quarter with a pass to Rod Smith. It looks like Mike Anderson goes in motion. Greasy drops, gets hammered as he throws, and it gets knocked down on the play. Number 55 was there on the blitz. And it is second down. 2nd and 10. The 44. Broncos in a big set. Houston 2 in the box. Greasy drops. Trying to scan the field. Goes through his progression. Uncorks a bomb. And it is incomplete. And I just overthrew it. 3rd down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Texans in the nickel. Greasy drops back, fires, and it is caught by McCaffrey for the Broncos' first down. Shanahan's happy. First and 10. And Greasy drops back. Blitz. Fired. It's caught again. Looks like by Ed McCaffrey. That was a nice little dot there. For the first. Another dot. So far, I have a really good feeling this may turn into a complete score fest. I mean, you saw that play. That was kind of a really bad throw by Greasy. You saw he was. Look at our replay. Here, watch Greasy 14. Use the blue circle. Drops back. Rolls. Anticipates the blitz. That was a very awkward throw that paid off, surprisingly. First and 10 from the 15 for Denver. Terrell Davis, the lone man in the backfield, behind Greasy. Greasy drops again, fires, and what a play by the Texans D as Greasy is down. Hopefully we'll get some updates here, but for now, Steve Berline will be the quarterback. For the loss, Berline rolls, fires sideways for Terrell Davis, who gets tripped at the 3. Nice little spiral to number 30. First play for Mr. Berline as he fires one right across the field for Terrell Davis, who gets brought down by the Texans at the 3. It was Sharper that was there on the stop. First and goal for the Broncos as we're getting to the 2:55 the clock. 16 on the play clock. Game clock is still ticking. Berline passes, and it is caught for the Broncos touchdown. As Denver takes the lead. Here we go for the extra point. Berline acting as the place kicker. He's going to have quite a busy role, I think. Elam kicks it, and it is good. That is Shannon Sharp's first touchdown reception as a Bronco since spending 2 years in Baltimore, getting a Super Bowl ring for Coach Billick. Then coming back to Denver. Elam getting ready to kick off and sends it deep for number 89, who gets slammed at the 24. I'll be curious to see how these guys respond. And they got Jabbar Gaffney, who could be a big difference maker for Houston, I think. Personally. Carr, handoff again. And he gets brought down by Price at the 3. Texans need 7 for the first down. Carr drops. Screen pass to the fullback, brought down by Keroy Kennedy. Keroy Jenkins. That was the update from the sidelines about Brian Greasy. Carr drops, looking for an option, fires, wide open is Gaffney, but he drops it. So we're going to see the punting unit on the field as Delta O'Neal is going to be the punter for the Broncos in this tournament, punt returner. Ball is up. Calls for the fair catch. And so far you're looking at first downs. The Broncos have just outclassed Houston in that category in this half, 6-2. First and 10, minute 48. Greasy drops, fires, is caught by McCaffrey at the 41. So first and 10. It's first and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Greasy, handoff to Davis, stiff arm, and that is a solid gain for number 30. I'd say Lindsey's carrying forward your legacy well, Mr. Davis. Second down and 4, we have Denver has taken their first time out of the game, as they have a minute left before half. And see what they do. Greasy drops again. Looks, fires, caught. Denver with another timeout. They have one left. Going to be interesting to see how Denver manages their game clock here. Do they go for it? Pitch to Davis, right side, up the middle, first down, Broncos. Terrell Davis with 3 rushes for 18 yards. This afternoon. Greasy fires to Sharp, who gets hammered at the 2. "15 seconds on the clock. Denver calls their last time out. And it looks like they're going to cap the half off with a Jason Elam field goal. By the sounds of it. Kicks it up. Kick is good. And 6 seconds left in the half. They're going to have to kneel it down, and they're going to most likely try to shoot it deep. Elam sends it deep. And it is going to be ran back. On call on the part of Houston. 1 second left.
I don't think they can do much more than just throw one long. So I'm sure the defensive coach is telling his guys, don't get beat deep. So first and
Most likely. Carr passing. Clock is at 0. Fires, and it is batted away by Delta O'Neal. As we have reached halftime, Denver is up by 10, and here come the Denver cheerleaders.
So before we start the third quarter, here's a quick look at how both teams have fared in the first half.
Halftime has ended. Denver is up by 10, but anything can happen. You can't get complacent in football. Elam will kick it off. And he will run it deep from the 9. Fire 20, 30, and that is brought down pretty much right there. First and 10 from 34. Carr with a strong eye formation. He's going to drop, going to pass, and the fullback dropped it on that one. Incomplete. Number 47 was the intended receiver on a quick drop pass. Second down and 10. Going from the eye, toss it to the right, and Kennedy with the takedown. As you look at the running back tail of the tape, Terrell Davis, he's just having himself quite a game compared to Houston. Doesn't matter if it's Oilers or Texans, that kid is having himself a game. Lewis goes in motion. Carr drops, fires, and it is dropped by Gaffney again.
The only thing worse than dropping a pass is dropping a pass that brings up a fourth down. Baker is just about ready to punt this one away.
O'Neal back deep on the return. And he calls for yet another fair catch. Time to see what Denver will do here. Will they to pad their lead? Why would you be surprised, Shanahan? Davis has been a workhorse pretty much all game. Williams with the stop. Second and 6. Play clock winding down. Davis to the right, and what a play by Houston. Ball at the 34. Greasy drops, fires, and it is dropped and knocked down. I think that was Easy Ed McCaffrey that was the intended target. So we're going to see the Broncos unit, punting unit for the first time, believe it or not. Tom Ruin. They're ready to put it deep. Lewis will run it. He's at the 50. He turns up at the 40 and a massive hit. Oh, he's going to get his bell rung in the morning. Smart return, but at quite the sacrifice for Lewis. He got clobbered so hard he lost his helmet. In fact, it's actually becoming a meteor and crash landing in Australia right now. As that's probably the biggest reception the Texans have seen this game.
Yeah, he had some room to make some moves, but the defense made some adjustments and were able to bring him down.
As you see right here, McLaughlin was probably the closest we can get. That's Jabbar Gaffney's first catch all game. He was brought down by John Mobley on the play. Four-man front for Denver. Tossing to the left. And it is brought down by Reese, the safety. Gain of 5 on the play. They're at 15. Play clock at 18. Carr, handoff, runs left side, and that's a first down. First and goal. Carr, center. He's got a strong eye formation. Play clock winding to 16. And what a play by Ian Gold. Didn't even try to run that time. Carr drops, fires, and Mobley didn't even need to do anything. Third and goal from the 9. Play clock at 24. Carr drops, looks, fires, and it's batted away. What a mess in the end zone. So you see Brown with his first field goal to match Jason Elam, and it is good.
So John dropped comes up a little shorter than they might have liked, but they still managed to come away with a field goal. Hey, that's why you have your kicker. Put him in position to come through, and when he does, it gives your offense confidence. They don't have to do it all. And for Ryan Hinton, he gets points too.
54 seconds left in the half.
He
kicks it off, and Cole will return, tries to juke a person, and get dropped. So, Ball on the 27. 4 linebackers. Texans bringing the blitz. Greasy, left side. And there goes Davis with another medium gain. So far, it seems close, but Terrell Davis actually had a touchdown. Ball on the 34, 2nd and 3. Davis, left side. Turn on the Jets. Here he goes. Terrell Davis at the 30, and a big gain for the Denver Broncos. What a huge run there by Terrell Davis. As we have ended the third quarter, the Broncos are up by 7. They're in field goal. Greasy gets hammered, dumps it off to Davis just in time, breaks the tackle. He's got Sharper with him, and he is brought down, and Greasy is down again. And Burline's back in the game. Ball on the 11. Burline fires, and Mike Anderson was the intended target. So far, it looks like Denver is going to walk away with a win in this quarter unless Houston can come with a huge play. They will either play Baltimore or New Orleans. If Baltimore wins, Denver will travel to the Ravens Stadium. If New Orleans wins, Denver will stay at Mile High. Burline fires, caught by Davis, touchdown Broncos.
So they were able to move the ball the distance and punch it into the end zone. The more touchdown drives, the better. Now they'll go back to the sidelines and see why they were able to beat the defense for 6. And they'll try and repeat those results.
4:20 left in the game.
Will be kicking off.
He sends it deep. Lewis picks up a block, finding a hole, and he gets swallowed up at the 40. Smart run there by number 84. Now we'll see what Denver's D can do here. Will they make the stop needed, or will they just hold Houston? So Greasy's on the sideline, and it is batted away. Keroy Kennedy almost had the pick. Second and 10, 4:11 to go. Carr with a full house. Drops, looks, fires, caught. And he is brought down by Reese. But Houston got the first down. Carr looking for receiver, fires, and it is caught. Big game. Gaffney down at the 4.
He does a nice job bringing in the fence. This guy's just like a gunslinger. He's never in a position where he thinks the throws impossible.
What a huge catch and run by Jabbar Gaffney.
About 5 yards out.
So they're going to go goal line here. Carr rolling, and it is batted away. Trying to get within 7. Second and goal. Denver with front 7. 3 backs, 4 linemen up front. Carr looking, rolls, fires, out of bounds. It was Baxter who was the intended target. Third and goal, 3:14 left. Denver needs their home crowd to go nuts. Texans use motion, and so does Denver on defense. Carr drops, looking, fires, and it is batted away. Reese, the playmaker. They're going to have to go for it here. Houston, they can't dawdle. However, if they don't go for it, they're going to have the Broncos go 99 yards. And it doesn't matter as Jabbar Gaffney makes a big touchdown.
That was a great pass by the quarterback. He delivered that ball where only his receiver could make the catch.
And get ready for the extra point as Brown will kick it up. And the extra point is good. As what a drive here by the Texans and David Carr to Jabbar Gaffney, as Casper is going to be the kickoff returner. He has been handling those duties pretty well in this game, as well as Lewis and the Texans. Kicks it off, spirals it for number 81, and he gets stopped right there. It was number 41 that was there on air, and first and 10, 3:02 on the clock. Burline trying to quiet the crowd, handoff. Anderson trying to make some room as Greg Jones is down. Little. Second and 8. Burline with the handoff. Anderson. Terrell Davis up the middle. He's been busting around for some gains.
When you have a back who can pick up big chunks of yardage on his carries, it forces the defense to bring another man up to the line of scrimmage to try and control him. Let's go to Melissa.
What a play. Burline trying to quiet the crowd.
Melissa, thanks for the update. Sounds like we'll be back first. 2 minutes left.
2-minute warning here in Denver. The Broncos at this point are just going to use Terrell Davis and Mike Anderson to run out the clock. Since they're up by 7, they don't want to risk a huge pass, even though they've been toying with Houston. However, they've been keeping it within a touchdown lead. Davis, left side, and he gets brought down. Coleman with 6 tackles in today's game. this afternoon. In fact, at 2:25 Mountain, you can actually watch the Denver Broncos play in their home opener at Empower Field at Mile High today against those Chicago Bears. So in other words, Vic Fangio meets his old team. So Terrell Davis is getting really close to rushing for 100 yards of how long he's been in the league. Sans the injuries. Minute 52. 3rd and 4. Burline to number 22. So he gets stopped as the Broncos are getting pretty close to 300 total yards on offense. Houston held strong, so we're going to see Tom Ruin with the punt. Lewis, he's been great on punts for Houston today. Looks like they're going to not give them much time. Minute 10, send it deep, and he gets stopped, sheds the tackle, down at the 20, stops 2, 3, 4 guys, and he gets stopped at approximately the 21. First and 10 with a minute 2 on the clock. 4-man front for the Broncos. Carr, sidearm, incomplete. Jabbar Gaffney really has worked on his catching skills today. That is his 5th batted ball. Texans in the eye. With 59 seconds left. Carr going to scramble. He gets hit. You're going to face a 3rd and 9. Carr surveys, and it is another drop pass.
This is where you have to clamp down. Play tight, keep the pressure on. This is pretty much their last shot at making something happen. They've got to come together if they want to pull this one out. I'd throw it to my go-to guy and trust him to make the play. The Texans line up with 3 wide receivers.
Texans with 3 wideouts. 4th and 9. Last chance. Carr with the catch, but it's out of bounds. As Denver comes back. And it looks like Steve Burline will basically kneel it out. So the rushing yards, Denver has basically put their faith in Terrell Davis. With 37 seconds left, they can kneel it out, and that will give Denver a spot in the next round. So this is a 3rd down play. $10 seconds and counting. Denver is moved on. They'll play either the Saints or the Ravens. If they play the Saints, they'll be at Invesco Field. If they play the Ravens, the Broncos are going to go on a road trip. Final score of today from Invesco. Dom Capers walking off. Houston Texans 17, Denver Broncos 24. Houston will get a chance in the losers bracket. If they lose, they're done. Terrell Davis is today's player of the game, 11 carries for 71 yards. Let's look at some stats. Passing today, Broncos have 275 total yards on offense, 70 rushing yards, 205 passing yards, 12 first downs. The Texans have 34 punt return yards. The Broncos have 68 kick return yards to Houston's 136, as that totals out to 343 total yards by Denver. No giveaways, no takeaways, so a really clean game, as Denver was 50-50 on third down conversions, and they didn't need to convert on fourth down, while Houston was 1-2, as they were 2-7 on third down. No 2-point conversions. Out of the full red zone attempts on offense, the Broncos scored 3 times to Houston's 2, and 1 red zone field goal apiece by Brown and Elam. There's the defensive stats. No penalties, no penalty yards, and the Broncos have 11-26 in terms of the drive summary, as that is it from Denver. So next time we'll catch the Battle of the Bay, San Francisco and Oakland on Friday night from Oakland. The Rich Gannon-led Raiders take on the 15-seed underdog San Francisco 49ers, led by Jeff Garcia and a very explosive Terrell Owens. And then next Saturday at 2, you'll catch Vikings and Patriots. And then at 6, you'll catch Packers and Chargers. See you next time.